Imagine finding out that your father was once a criminal. Would you want others to assume that you are one as well? Well, most of us would immediately say no, yet every day people are judged, excluded, or underestimated simply because of the family they come from and not because of anything they have done themselves. So, why are we still holding children responsible for choices they never made? This topic matters to all of us because every person has a family history that they did not choose, whether it is a family's reputation, financial background, or past mistakes. These factors can influence how others perceive us before they even get to know us. As university students preparing for our future careers and relationships, we should recognize the importance of judging people based on who they are today and not where they come from. I researched several articles on this topic and discovered that judging people based on their family history can affect one's career opportunities, education, and social relationships. The evidence I found helped me better understand the issue and why it is important for us to address it. People should not be judged based on their family history because individuals deserve to be evaluated based on their own actions and characters rather than circumstances that they did not choose. So, in this speech, I will highlight how family based judgments can affect people's careers, opportunities, academic experiences, and social relationships. To better understand why this issue matters, we must first examine the negative impacts it creates in the different areas of a person's life, which I've mentioned earlier, hence the reason why we should not judge them. But then again, let's dive deeper. So, first, how does it affect their career opportunities, you ask? When people are judged based on their family history, it can limit these opportunities because employers may form biased assumptions that prevent qualified individuals from being fairly considered for jobs or promotions. According to Weja, in 2021, employers may unconsciously or consciously make biased judgments about job applicants based on factors that are not related to the actual qualifications, skills, or even ability to perform the job effectively. Such bias can lead to an unequal treatment during the hiring process, where candidates are evaluated not only on merit but also on assumptions made about their personal or family background. This form of discrimination can significantly limit career opportunities because highly qualified individuals may be unfairly overlooked or rejected simply due to perceptions tied to their background rather than their true capabilities. Next, in educational settings, family background can influence how students are perceived, leading to unfair academic expectations where some are underestimated while others are placed under excessive pressure regardless of their actual abilities. Other than that, as stated by Burgess and others in 2021, students' family background can heavily influence the expectations based on their academic performance before they even have the opportunity to demonstrate their abilities. Students from different socioeconomic backgrounds are often subjected to unequal academic expectations, which can directly affect their motivation, confidence, and overall educational achievement. This imbalance results in a situation where some students are unfairly pressured to constantly perform at a high level, while others are underestimated and not given the same level of encouragement or academic support. Other than that, this type of judgment can also lead to social division and exclusion, as individuals may be labeled or treated differently in society based on assumptions about their background rather than being accepted for who they truly are. As highlighted by Priest and others in 2021, discrimination and bias based on background or identity can lead individuals to experience social exclusion, particularly in school and community environments where acceptance and belonging are important. Such prejudice can reduce meaningful social interactions between group of people, creating barriers that prevent individuals from forming inclusive and respectful relationships with one another. Over time, this repeated pattern of exclusion can contribute to deeper social division where individuals are judged and treated differently based on assumptions about their background rather than their personal character or actions. Now that we have understood the problems caused by judging people based on their family background, let us look at a practical solution that students can use to address this issue. Speaking up against bias is an effective solution that allows students to challenge unfair treatment and promote equality in academic, social, and even professional environment. This refers to the act of actively addressing and challenging unfair treatments, comments, or judgments that are based on a person's family's background rather than their individual abilities or characters. I'm sorry. It involves students taking a responsibility to challenge discriminatory remarks in a respectful and constructive manner whenever they witness such behavior in their environment. According to Griffith and others in 2021, bystander intervention and speaking up against unfair behavior play an important role in reducing bias and encouraging a more positive and respectful interactions within a community. So how does it work? The solution works by encouraging individuals to intervene when they witness biased behavior, which help increase awareness, correct misunderstandings, and reduce the acceptance of unfair judgments over time. Individuals become more aware of biased behavior and to respond whenever they observe unfair treatment that is happening around them. Again, as highlighted by Griffith and others in 2021, bystanders intervention helps reduce acceptance of biased behavior encourages others to reflect on their own action. Over time, this creates a positive ripple effect where more individuals feel confident to speak up, leading to a more inclusive and a fairer environment. Besides, speaking up is a simple and accessible solution that requires no financial cost and only minimal time, as it can be practiced immediately in everyday situations. It requires very little time because it can be done immediately whenever you see unfair comments or judgments that is happening around you. However, a consistent bystander intervention over time is necessary to create a long-term cultural change and reduce biased behavior in social environments. After discussing the solution of speaking up against bias, I will now highlight the key benefits resulting from implementing this approach. So, it has several important benefits that help create a fairer, more inclusive, and more respectful environment for individuals in a society. First, it helps promote fairness by ensuring that individuals are judged based on their own abilities and characters rather than their family background. When unfair judgments are challenged, people become more aware that assumptions should not influence how others are treated. Over time, this will encourage a culture where merit and personal effort are valued more than their background. Next, this also empowers students by building their confidence and encouraging them to stand up against unfair treatment in everyday situations. Students will start to believe that their voice actually matters and that they can make a difference in correcting unfair situations. This can also motivate others to speak up, create a stronger sense of self-respect and courage within the community. In addition, consistently speaking up against bias contributes to creating a more inclusive and respectful society where people are accepted regardless of their background. It encourages understanding and acceptance where people are valued for who they truly are rather than where they come from. As a result, the university environments become more united, respectful, and inclusive over time as students and individuals begin to challenge existing stereotypes. So, in conclusion, judging people based on their family history is an issue that affects individuals in many areas of life, but it is one that can be addressed through awareness and action. So, throughout this speech, I have discussed how judging individuals based on their family background can limit the career opportunities or create unfair academic expectations and lead to social division. I also explained how speaking up against bias is an effective solution and how it can bring positive benefits such as fairness, confidence, and more inclusive university environment. As university students, we should not stay silent when we see unfair judgments being made. Whether it happens in classroom, social groups, or online discussions, by speaking up against bias and treating others based on their character, we can help to create a more respectful environment for everyone. Because in the end, we cannot choose the family we are born into, but we can choose the kind of person we become, and we should also choose to see others for who they truly are. That is from me.